Yeah, there she's working.
Oh!
Too high.
That's low. I'm not with you now.
Too high.
That's the string fell again. Old A tune, tuned and off key, I think. Huh? I don't know.
I've heard it
I don't
somewhere.
much believe it is. Glen Rickman, this blind fiddler down Cranes, calls that, said he's tuned in cross-eyed A.
Yeah.
If I can think of that now.
If I can remember. You ever hear that? That's a good little tune, isn't it? Now that sounds old-timey.
That was your uncle that used to play that?
Huh?
Your uncle used to play that? You don't know where he got it, though.
No, but he would have been, he was way older than my own dad. My dad was one of the younger ones, so he would be, oh, he'd be 120 years old by now. He was born in 1853, and but he lived to be 80 years old. And, yeah, he'd be 126 years old.
Now what's that Whitewater? A? That's A and
D.
D, yeah. I may goof this one up. Whitewater's A, yeah.
something about that. That Tommy Jackson came out with a record, early '60s, I guess. And I know it is a bunch of French Canadians where he'd learned them because he picked them up. Of course, St. Anne's Reel was in it, Whitewater Jig, and another tune called Romeo's First Change. Now, we played that a little there one night, and if I can think of it, I play it.
What in?
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I can think. Let's play St. Anne's Reel.
I'm going to write.
That dancing business.
Yeah.
That goes.
Yeah.
Now you say this next weekend, these step dancers are supposed to be awfully good?
Oh,
This weekend.
Yeah, this weekend.
This
Oh,
weekend.
Well, just one, isn't there?
Yeah, Flatley, but he's the champ.
Yeah.
He won it so often they made him quit competing.
What's his name?
Mike Flatley.
Flatley.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Now, what's the girl fiddler? Is she very young, or?
The girl?
It's a girl fiddler
this
coming.
Girl, she's 21.
Oh my Lord, she's just a child.
Yeah.
Well, if we can work
She
it.
started when his father was.
Oh.
Let's play that Weidman's Quick Step.
Yeah, that's the one I like real well. Yeah.
What?
Now, what is this?
Weidman's Quick Step.
This is one where I'm going the wrong. We'll have to correct me.
Oh,
It's
That's a good
a little on the order of a polka now.
Yeah, but it's a good tune.
It's in part C, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good little tune,
That
isn't it?
sounds Scandinavian, doesn't it?
Yeah, it almost does sound.
You know that St. Paul waltz?
No, Lonnie plays
Now,
that.
St. Paul Waltz is nothing more than cattle call. Yeah.
Well, part of it is.
Yeah, Lonnie plays
Yeah,
that.
one part of it. There's two parts. first parts.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that? Whiteman's Quick Step?
Weidman's Quick Step. Now, I may not be playing it just quite authentic, but that's the way I remember it.
Yeah.
But I know there was a third part to it in a different key. There were 3 different keys. It was G and C and D. But I don't know the D part.
Where did you get that though?
From my same uncle and his sons. But it's pretty old, but that's one reason I think I'm not quite got, I may be playing it a little too polka-ish.
That's a good
But
tune.
anyway,
it's a good,
it's a good step.
You know Old Joe?
No.
There's one called Old Judge Parker too.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I don't know what that's
that's
on the
one Raymond. I was telling you, Raymond played that. He called it "Take the Shackles Off."
Take the shackles
Old
off,
Judge,
take
and then somewhere or another he threw in Judge Parker or something. He always used to call it just "Take the Shackles Off."
Well, now.
And then somebody else said, "Well, that's Judge Parker." Well, Judge Parker, take the shackles off. So that has to be a reference to
Yeah,
hanging
it
judge.
It is, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Take those shackles off Judge Parker.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean,
Oh,
Judge Parker,
yeah.
take the shackles
Yeah.
off.
Now, did you say that was a Dick Hutchison?
Dick Hutchison
Yeah.
tune.
Dick Hutchison, Lyman Enlow, claims he got it from some old guy that played around, his original down around Dixon, Missouri. They said that's where he got that song.
Yeah.
Let's play a cotillion. Now this is another tune that, well, this uncle didn't play it, but his son did. His son will be 100 years old, nearly 98, and he just died 2 years ago. But he played this tune, and he called it Cotillion in A and D.
You know that Life in the Finished Woods, which is basically the
No.
Tennessee Waltz.
Played what?
Well, it's basically the Tennessee
Oh,
Waltz.
no, I
That's
don't
what
know
the
that.
Tennessee Waltz was taken from.
Oh, really?
Never heard of that.
It's one a lot of Scandinavian fiddlers
Huh.
up in Minnesota play.
Play a little Tennessee in two or three keys.
What are you
want
going
to
to start in? B flat? I can remember it. Go ahead, play that.
Oh, that?
What was that?
That was Flowers from
I
Heaven.
don't mean Tennessee Waltz, that Mockingbird Hill.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Let's play this Flowers from Heaven.
Okay. I can remember it. You heard this one.
Get into E flat there, you know.
Yeah.
No, you
Oh
won't
wait,
pull your
I've
C.
forgotten
your
that
C minor.
completely. Completely forgotten it. Okay, go again then. going down
D.
to D.
Yeah. I'll try it again.
Yeah. Standing up playing that. Flowers from Heaven. Isn't that pretty though? Kind of pretty.
Where's that come from?
Well, I've heard that one. That's a 20s or 30s tune, isn't it?
Well, I tell you,
Sure.
you ever hear of Cleo Persinger? Fiddler used to be up at Columbia, Missouri. He's dead now, but
What's his name?
Cleo Persinger. And he was playing in a lot of Missouri Fiddlers contests 10, 15, 12 years ago, along in there. And a little earlier than that, maybe. And that is one of his tunes, and Pete McMahon plays it too.
Oh, I must have heard it because I've heard those.
I'm going to try this thing again.
See if there's anything you want to tape off of it.
Maybe he'll auction them off for you.
Give him Bob inside. Well, I tell you one thing, Bob Ensign's got killer prices on his stuff.
What?
Killer prices on his.
Prices?
Yeah, his albums are stacked high. They don't give you nothing off. They top dollar.
Yeah.
We'll try it.
What are we? We're starting B flat and then go to F. Oh, I forget we haven't done it so long.
C.
couldn't say I missed every chord there was. Whoop, you dropped the pad there.
We
We have played that in 6 keys when I keep up on it. We haven't played that long. I completely forgot. When I get tired, I forget anyway. Play Snowshoe. I like to play that. Or, yeah. Yeah, you do. You call Rocky Mountain, Rocky Hill? Now that's, you heard that as Rocky Hill, haven't you? Because we heard some Tennessee fiddlers call it Rocky Hill and play it that way.
let's play Rossi Wall.
Okay. Well, I've been messing up here. I did all my goofing up tonight, not this afternoon.
You do snow deer?
No, I don't. That'd be an easy tune to learn. I don't know why I don't ever learn.
What's the other snow somebody played?
Hanley plays
Snowflake Reel. That's a kind of a cricket thing.
Yeah.
I kind of thought you might play that because it's written by a guy from Joplin.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, Percy Henry.
Oh, I didn't know
Snowflake
that.
Reel what?
No,
Or-
snow deer.
Oh, Snow Deer. It's Snow Deer.
Yeah.
See what's something he wouldn't have known. Oh! That Rose Walls. This is a pretty thing.
This is not the Rose of April.
No, no.
Wild Rose, maybe.
Wild Rose Waltz, or whatever we want to call it. It's in A, isn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't played this in a
No,
while.
it's in D.
D, yeah. This is a family thing. pretty thing in there.
Where'd that come from?
Family.
That's that uncle
Like they had this thing around with his uncle.
or? You know that Roosevelt Memorial?
Been working on it good.
Yeah, we've been
playing it
working on
some.
Maybe I can play it.
Getting closer all the time. I see you gotta go to Tahlequah with us this year.
I'm going to.
Really? Yeah.
Play Hail Wolf.
Yeah, that's pretty. That one. Huh?
After Thurman Hale.
After Theron Hale?
I don't know. That's not it, it's in B. Where's in G? Which is?
Starts with D. That was it. You get it.
Hail Waltz. That's an Oklahoma tune.
Where'd that come
I don't know. They Ed Richmond fellow that we got. That's the fan in there. Turn it off. I'll get it.
Man, needs to work on it.
Yeah.
There was a guy, Karen Hale, who used to be on Grand Line with his daughters back in the 30s.
Yeah.
They did a rewrite of one of Charles Johnson's ragtime numbers that he called, or he just took one of the three movements of it and called it The Fields Rag.
Now,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good tune. They play that in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's also called The Stones Rag.
No, the Stones Rag we play is different from the Hales Rag we heard in Oklahoma.
Well, I know
That-
the Hell's Rag is also sometimes called Stones.
Well, that might be. And Stone
Yeah.
Rag is also called Lone Star Rag sometimes.
And White City is the other
one we
name.
play.
Isn't White City another name for it?
Yeah, White City is another name.
And
Whiskers another
Whiskers
name.
is another one.
And as a whole,
That Hales Rag's a good little tune. We heard that last year
Yeah.
down there.
I could play it a while, you know.
Right, yeah. Did you think
I
you
can't do
remember
it now.
The D. G and
D and D. D and it goes into G.
Yeah. Play Stones Rag, the one we play for him.
I've got a record with a Canadian fiddler named Andy DeJarlis,
Yeah.
and he plays.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Recently?
About 3 years ago. He was a Mitchell.
Huh?
He was a Mitchell. It's a mixture, an Indian tribe.
Oh, was he?
Intermarried with Frenchmen, you know, back in the 1700s, and they got all mixed up, and their language is part
Yeah.
of French and everything. There's a few of them in the United States, but he was one of the native.
Well, I've got this nice record. That's where I learned that Interlake Waltz.
Yeah.
And I've got another recent record of him. That is, I didn't know he's dead, but I've got a newer record than that, and he's playing Stone's Rag and playing different.
What would you
Bob
call
Wills
it?
played it, called Lone Star Rag.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know Happy Days and Lonely Nights?
I've heard it, I don't know it.
That's a good tune.
20s, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
think he did.
What about
The southwestern Ozarks.
No, I know I've
Basically the
heard
same
that.
as
Yeah.
Westphalia, but
Yeah.
different. Same
do you know Lonesome Moonlight Waltz?
Bill McNeil-fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've got that record. Somebody,
Yeah.
that woman,
Huh?
Judy Williams.
Oh,
She liked that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear Herman's hornpipe?
Uh-uh.
Oh, and not Herman, didn't have anything to do with Herman Johnson.
Yeah.
That's a good little tune. I want you to hear that. In fact, we're going to play it this February. Herman's hornpipe. Uncle Herman's hornpipe.
Who plays it?
Herman Johnson did.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, it's really
It's an old piece.
I think so. Or somebody's taken a hornpipe and changed it a little bit, but it's been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's a hornpipe.
Yeah. You do the
Too
old
deep.
Dutch girl?
Herman
Snowboard
Johnson. That thing he called Herman Drag.
Yeah.
That's just a version of this Whiskers and all those.
Yeah.
tunes. Same
Snowbird in the Ash Bank.
No.
What?
Snowbird in the Ash Bank. It's the one that a lot of fiddlers out in Oklahoma did. Some fiddlers in Arkansas used this old Albert Mountain bird.
Well, you'll hear all kinds.
There's one called Rattlesnake Bit the Baby, too.
Spider Bit the Baby is what we play.
Oh, okay.
Well, Art doesn't play it, but we learned it from that guy, the gal that's in charge from Springdale, Wade. All right, she was dating this guy from Tahlequah. All right, she was dating this guy from Tahlequah.
He's an Indian.
Yeah, he plays Spider Bit the Baby, and then Wayne Lawson, this boy we play with, learned it.
Well, it's a Kenny Baker tune.
Yeah.
Let's play it the Lonesome Moonlight.
Wow, I remember.
Bit the Baby, John Ashby, the guy that died. He recorded that several years ago. So,
I wonder if it's the
John
same.
Ashby's an album here. He's Virginian, wasn't he?
yeah.
Somebody said he did. I don't know. Huh? No.
Play Brother Bridges and switch up to D like
All right.
Patty Johnson did.
Let's see. We play it through both sides twice and then go into that.
Yeah.
That should never be allowed.
Well, that's because you got too many students and too many teachers now.
Right, I've got too many teachers that don't know the subject.
You're not kidding. That's... I'll bet you just piddle that. I bet he's a... Now, piano's a good second. I wish you had one sometime. We'd get you play... Really?
Can you play a second on?
Sure he
piano?
can. Oh, I'll bet you're a good piano player.
I didn't play much.
Well, you should, because the piano's a good second.
Yeah,
You ought to hear
I
Raymond's
understand.
sister.
Play a lot, but
Typical rural family that had nobody can read a lick of music in that family. And she and Raymond played together. She can play the best ragtime piano you ever... Really, she's
Oh
good.
yeah, she's good.
Can't read
How
us.
old is she?
67.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to hear her play. I bet she is.
when you say ragtime, kind of like
Yeah.
you mean like
When I say ragtime, I mean...
you don't mean rags.
Yeah, right. Country.
Yeah,
Country rag.
Yeah.
like Stone's rag and this kind of stuff. That's what I'm
Now,
talking
she can
about.
play, and you say sound an A. Where's A?
Yeah.
You know.
But those are the relaxed kind of people to play with.
That amazes me though about, especially piano, because that's a complicated instrument. Fiddle is too, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little more understandable how somebody that couldn't read could pick that up in the piano, because it's
Yeah.
two hands
Yeah.
doing the same thing on the piano.
I don't
I've
see.
seen people sit down that didn't read music if their life depended on it, and you can start off any tune and they can go right with you, and that always amazes me how they do. I was kind of disappointed when he played. He never played anything. It's really good stuff. He's supposed to know.
Listen, he knows some good waltzes.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
We'll see if he comes maybe some of us. I don't know. This is traffic season, so dear. played good money, haven't you? And want to go to Memphis so bad? I think you have.
But I can't.
There's 2 tunes he plays together.
Yeah, I have.
Hear that? I want to go to Memphis so bad. Now, that's part of a couple of tunes, I bet.
Yeah.
You do 11-cent cotton, 40-cent meat.
No, but I used to hear Uncle Dave Macon do it, and I never did learn. That is the hardest thing that I ever played on the fiddle, to hit it right every time.
Yeah, that's.
That chord on it.
See, what's something else we haven't played? Have you ever heard his 8th of January? Little Living.
Like the old.
Now this is partly my family developed this from playing long square dances and getting tired of the same monotony, you know.
Yeah.
That's that, getting that, I want to go to Memphis so bad along with that good money. But I know this is partly this just out of sheer boredom.
Getting tired?
Oh, a little bit of.
And Sal's upstairs with a hog-eyed man. Sal loves my Sally Ann.
Yeah.
Didn't even know there were words to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this whole setup, some of them you don't see.
That's an old minstrel show. Yeah, I'll bet.
Somehow, well, he cut off the first tooth. They got this one and sewed it back on, and it worked. This one's gone. But he can play with those three, and he's one.
Yeah, there was an old guy from California, he may be dead now, but he was at Smithsonian when I was working there, and he had arthritis real bad, and he had rubber bands on his fingers to keep the circulation going so he could pull them up, because one of them was so stiff, the only way he could pull it up was by
Attaching it to another one.
Yeah.
Well, now, have you noticed Charlie Pace's hands? They're all gnarled with
Yeah.
arthritis.
And he
Now,
got
who-
one
did
finger.
Lenny Elshire, what did he have?
Well, Lenny Elshire had one finger. He
Yeah.
had all three of these sawed off, and he played tunes right like this. A lot of open strings, you know,
Yeah.
but he could play like. I don't know how he do it,
Yeah.
but he had a bunch of tunes that he could play, and he'd play for a square dance.
Yeah.
And he got playing the steel guitar because
Yeah.
that handicapped him.
I don't think Charlie Pace is going to be around too much longer. He was, apparently what I heard, you know, he was an alcoholic.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard that too.
He quit
Yeah.
just this year
Was it
Just this
recently?
year?
because he had a heart attack or something.
Yeah, I knew he'd had
He didn't drink anymore, he was going to be dead.
Yeah.
And apparently, you know, he had a real hard time too when he was
Yeah.
growing up, you know, he worked really hard.
He told me that he
Yeah.
had a hard time. He said, I've been through a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's how I heard too, so.
Well, you know, talking
I
about
would be surprised.
another, you'll have to hear old Glen. You'll have to meet Glen sometime. But Glen was telling he went to a dance one time, and a big fight started, and he took out the window with his fiddle and left his date. Was that him or Jude? That was.
Well, now Jude,
Jude that
they
did it.
told a story about Jude. His house got
Oh, no,
fire. And he
that's-
grabbed
yeah.
the fiddle and run out the garden with it, and didn't even help his wife
Didn't
out.
even get Margaret out. Yeah. But no, Glenn said he took out the window with his fiddle and was halfway home when he realized he left his date there. Oh gosh,
You
he's
know,
a
I
funny
bet
man.
there's a wealth of stories about around West Plains. Do you ever get over there much?
Not a whole lot. I do. I know a lot of people over in there.
I bet there's a wealth of stories.
Yeah, there's
about
like
that
it.
West Plains explosion and all
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's a lot of people still living who.
Cochran's kept his magazine going. Do you take that? You get the West Plains Gazette?
No.
Oh shoot, that's good. You ought to have it. I'll show it to you this weekend.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all history and
How
folklore.
much is it? Not-
$3 a year for
Oh,
2 or 3 great big folio size
yeah.
issues.
How far back does it go? It's not.
Oh,
real-
2 years. This is the second year for it.
Oh, shoot, I'll bet.
That's the first I ever heard of him. Was the Ozark Jubilee?
He was announcer on KWTO there.
You missed the. Now, I bet there's not even any kinescopes of it. But the best thing I ever saw on TV when it was at its best was when it was early. You know, in the early days when everything was live.
Yeah.
And they had a program that went for quite a few years called Search for Talent. And I mean, they were still searching at the end even. But they had the best stuff from the hills you ever saw. They had, or just from the area, completely no put on at all. Now, they had now some good old musicians, and then they'd have them get on there and get to laughing and getting, you know, this really informal. Now they had an old man. Yeah, I told you the only time I ever saw anybody play a ukulele. You know what a ukulele
Yeah.
is? He played it good too, and he played 4 or 5 tunes, and I bet he was in his 80s at that time.
Yeah.
But they had some good stuff, and then they had the best one was the old boy that sang "Keep the Skillet Greasy" from down at Elkhead, down there by Sparta. And he was really, it's just a couple of stores. No, he wasn't too old, but he was the village idiot's what he was. And we know just what had happened is that they had talked these guys into getting him up there, and he was singing, and he would kind of remind me of your Jimmy Mitchell. He was always behind or ahead of everybody, you know. And I remember I called up Mona's dad, and he couldn't talk because he's rolling on the floor laughing so hard. That's one of the funniest things I ever saw on TV.
Is that where those two kind of odd guys, you know, that's in that famous picture?
Oh no, they never.
Where are they from?
Boaz, down by Fraser Church. Now those guys, Mona clams up like a, yeah, that's right. Real distantly, they're a Jones, see. Well, her grandmother was a Jones from down in there. In fact, so is, what's his name's wife was
Lucille.
a Jones. Lucille was a Jones, see. And they're all kind of related down there. And we were sitting up in St. Louis, and I was telling Bill, asked about them on that record, you know, Men from Space or something's the name of it. And I said, well, Mona, those some of your eldest? What? No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, never heard of, never. Yeah, didn't know what I'm talking about. Well, I would have known that. One of our aunts went to school with the younger one, and said one time that he was a distant relation of. They came to this Peebles guy. They live on the back of his farm, or did, and he died of cancer. He was from down there, a good friend of Mona's. In fact, his daughter married one of those Meachams that have insurance in town. And they came to the funeral, and one of them had a shirt and then had the tie tied around his neck and a knot hanging down, you know. But they dressed up to come to that funeral. Said nobody was sitting around them at all. Nobody sat close to him because it was awful, the odor, you know.
I tell you, Margaret got in something up in Washington at the, you know, those two Mexicans referred to it under that name. They call it Bud Price.
Yeah.
Bud Price was a nigger fiddler up there around Stratford and Springfield, and was a real good one.